Welcome to the 96 show, and as always, it's the idea of changing your perspective, and when you're able to do that, you're able to understand witchcraft. Now, this is ancient technology, which didn't actually look like that, but this is what is used to program you. It used to look like this. Now, this is the original witchcraft. There probably was a prior witchcraft, but this was kind of the sort of the perfection where you have a symbol and a sound attributed to a number because of its position, and then the attributes of that letter. In our alphabet, we're just told that this is A, B, C, and that's it. But if you go further, you will know that A is the upside down version of Aleph here, and then B is associated, it looks like a pregnant woman, and etc. So there is meaning behind the alphabet. There's the sacred alphabet. There's something sacred about it. But I think it's just ancient technology to control your brain. Now, as you can see, it looks innocent enough, but it has hidden meaning. So let's look at the ancient word of oath. And today what we're going to do is break the oath, okay? And I want you to get away from the oath. As you can see, the word Aleph, Tav, Vav, and Tav creates the word oath, and it used to be represented by the head of the ox, the nail, and the cross. And you know where I'm going with this? If you've been here before, I'm going to our friend Jesus. That's right, there you go. Okay, look at him, he's right there. And who is this? This is God, and he's associated to Aleph, which is the first letter of the word oath. All right, then you have the nail. Okay, you got three nails here. We know what that means. That means witchcraft, but I'm going to get to that in a second. And it is the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Vav. Okay, it's made to join, and it's the nail. And the cross here is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, known as Tav, and it is a cross. So the first letter is joined to the last letter, and he represents the alphabet. There you go. And you don't believe it's witchcraft? Well, witchcraft is 666 in English gematria. If you put in the word witchcraft, you will get the result 666. And 666 is represented by the nail over here, one here, and one here. 666 through witchcraft, which is the nail. So there you go. This was created out of witchcraft, and the word oath here, you can actually see it's inside this symbol of witchcraft here, okay? As you can see, it is Aleph right here, then you have Vav, and then you have Tav, which is the X. So somebody played with this nonsense and managed to fit it inside of witchcraft, where witchcraft is understood to be this symbol as well as magic. Magic is 33, and you have two triangles inside here that make the symbol of witchcraft, and witchcraft is represented by this symbol through the six-pointed, it's a six-pointed star, six mini triangle, and a six-sided hexagon. So witchcraft can be made inside of the tree of the Kabbalah, which again, that's the origin of the witchcraft. Now the 666 all started with the flower of life in sacred geometry, which it takes 6 circles to make another 6 circles to make another 6 circles to make this symbol here. The first circle doesn't count because it's supposed to be God, and he's in the ether, so that leaves us with 666. And you can see indirectly you have a 1 and a 1 and a 1, which brings us back to understanding that they managed to fit the word witchcraft in simple gematria, and it had to equal 111. So this is you know, a verbal Sudoku that also involves symbol. Okay, so that's what they do when they have nothing to do late at night inside of those witchcraft, the hut of the witchcraft. Okay, so going back with this guy, we have the Society of Jesus here, where we can see that they use 32 rays. Okay, the 32 here, when you take the 3 and the 2, it equals 5, and that's your pentagram. And you have the 3 nails and the 3 nails, which is 666. And the 3 nails and the 3 nails, well, 1 nail, 1 nail, 1 nail, that means you're 33. So you would have magic, represented by 3 nails, 3 nails. You would have witchcraft, which is, we understand that the nail is 666, and you would have the pentagram hidden symbolically with the rays here. So that's how witchcraft works, okay? It's mental gymnastics. So it all started with our friend over here, King Solomon, and Solomon hides two words, the word sun, okay? Well, it has it three times in Latin sol, om in Hindi, and on in Egyptian, and that's sun, sun, sun. And it also hides the word sol and mon and moon, okay, which is the father. We understand that through the symbolism, as father is written with the first letter and the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and is also representative of the sun as well as the Vesica Piscis or the crescent moon, so Solomon. But inside here we also have the word witchcraft, okay, where the circle here, the O, is the 15th letter of the alphabet, and 1 plus 5 equals 6, and it's the same thing down the line here, so that's 666. Inside here you got the sun, the moon, the sun, and the sun, and it's witchcraft, okay? And he happens to be the light of the world. He's the descendant of King Solomon, so he's the light of the world, and if you walk with him, you don't walk in darkness, and it's all because of, you know, some word magic, and it has to do with Solomon here. All right, so the church has been keeping the tradition of hiding 666 inside of their word magic, and as you can see, the vicar of the Son of God, which is in Latin here, actually adds up to 666. So the witches are still around, and they're still working their magic. And here, it's still in our society. That's why everybody's all confused and screwed up. Okay, you can see the nail, the nail, and the nail, and that's our 666 indirectly. And this drink has to do a little bit with saying that it's part of, you know, something more than just a monster drink. So let's go to our friends over here. Like there's something you need to know about the word pharmacy here. In Greek, it's pharmakia, and it translates to witchcraft. Sorcery. Now, this may seem like, it's far stretch, not as much as what we just went through, a pandemic with a coronavirus, where you had the corona, it adds to 6, and when you add up all the words of the letter corona through their alphanumerical position, you get 66, and that's 666, and again, that was part of witchcraft, and you will see down here that the word vaccination through simple gematria equals 666, and that's your witchcraft. Jesus. Okay, so the World Economic Forum, our friends over here, again, you have the craft here, okay, being done. You got the this arc going through the circles, okay, which kind of sort of looks like a 6 if you look at it. And but we can confirm this nonsense that I am saying something kind of true, witchcrafty, because the 15th letter of the alphabet is O, and 1 plus 5 equals 6, 6, 6. There you go. So witchcraft is behind the economic system, okay? And they wanted to impose our carbon tax, and it's no incident that they wanted to impose a carbon tax, because carbon, again, equals 6, 6, 6. Again, this is your witchcraft tax, okay? So you will find that inside a triangle, you have an isometric triangle. That would mean 666, and you will find on your dollar bill the triangle itself, and with the father, which is the Aleph, here is the circle, and the Vesica Piscis here is the second letter, which would be Bet in Hebrew. That's Aleph Bet, the alphabet, and your witchcraft. There you go. And we know that the Freemasons are the ones that created the United States, and you can see over here through a symbol, this is how it works. The 4th of July is represented right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and G is the 7th letter of the alphabet, and that associates itself indirectly to July. So the 4th of July, which was created by the Freemasons, and you can see there's this guy, Albert Pike. He has a triangle, which brings us back to the 666, which brings us back to the witchcraft, okay? And the 33, which brings us back to the word magic and to the word of the, the symbol of the two triangles, okay? Woo, there you go. Okay, so witchcraft is all over our society. You get your news from Fox News, and Fox indirectly says witchcraft through the F, the O, and the X as the 6th letter, and the 15th letter, and the 24th letter, and that is witchcraft indirectly. So when you go on the internet, you also have your witchcraft right in front of you, as through the symbol of Chrome, you will see 666, and Google gets its number, its colors, through the, on top of the tree of the Kabbalah, you have your rainbow, okay? And that's why we had to go through all this rainbow nonsense. Anyways, so when you go to www, that's indirectly Vav, okay? Because it sounds the same. It's the Vav. It's two W's. So that's your 666, and the word com, this may be a little bit, if this may help, the word McDonald also equals 33, which is magic, through the fact that the 3, the golden arches, is a 3 on its side, and the C is the third letter of the alphabet, and that's your 33. And if you put MC and you do a gematria search, you will probably find 33. Now, all this being said, this is how they control you. As you can see, it's through word magic and through enforcing the spells on you. Now, this is the Ottawa, and when you go look at the clock, okay, which has 12 here, which I managed to able to pull that out, you will see the symbol of witchcraft. You will see the symbol of magic, okay, the triangle, the two triangles, 33, and then you have the 12, you have 12 triangles, but you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side, 6 on the inside, and 6 behind. So that's your 666, and all that is right behind the government, all right, which also pushes, taxation, which comes from the idea of receiving, which is the idea of taking from somebody else. You cannot receive something without taking it from somebody else, and that's the whole idea behind the carbon tax and the whole nonsense. So this is just a view of the ancient technology, which is the alphabet, that is in our lives and still creating havoc as we are unfortunately under a wicked spell. When you start understanding it, you can understand the whole nonsense of what's going on. All right? So have a great day.